Welcome to Rolling Through Realms, a new actual play podcast. Join us for epic stories, daring adventures, exhilarating battles told through tabletop role-playing games. Listen in as our heroes attempt to uncover a conspiracy at the heart of a world's fair, while navigating the dark and shadowy world of the undead. I'm your Dungeon Master Erik Hurt, and this is Love, Death, and Necromancy. Welcome to another episode of Rolling Through Realms, Love, Death, and Necromancy. Last we left off, the leader of the Merry Reapers, Harrison Scott, requested a meeting alone with Whirring, where he tries to relate with him and come to common ground, and says despite all of Elias Heron's insistence that he work with the Merry Reapers and that he helps them, Harrison Scott can't help but to be suspicious, and that Elias Heron is hiding a deep, dark secret. And that is where we are going to pick up. We are in Hugleton. That meeting with Harrison Scott has just finished, and you guys are together in Hugleton. You've got a lot of irons on the fire at the moment. There are a lot of kind of things going on. Everything is sort of piled up to this point. You have the Merry Reapers going after iWorks Fuller. You have them going after the Necromancers. You have the Phoenix, Swan St. Michel, going after a Necromancer, Lafayette Cornfield in the Worm Mountains. You've been told to venture down to Heron and iWorks' old factory that exploded to try and gain more information on iWorks Fuller. So there's kind of a lot of things up in the air at this point. What do you want to do next?
Did I send my article about the king, about the false lies of the...
Yes, you did.
Mm-hmm. I did? Okay.
You
I just
did.
wanted to make sure I did do that.
And just speaking of Gertie, your father has been accused of being responsible for the explosion in Sandhill Glen. And speaking of Sandhill Glen, the members of ASS have to worry about Elias Heron coming in and taking over the Glen and turning it into a real estate development. So yeah, there's a few things kind of all happening at once.
Gertie's definitely really worried about her father, but almost a little bit more impressively enough is that Necromancer there, because she knows how bad it'll be. But she also really wants to check iWorks, so she's really torn. I think she fully thinks her father will go down fighting too. Like, she thinks he will hold out for as long as he can before they let him take him.
Kind of got confidence in the old man.
A little bit. I think Gertie does. I think that's what her dad would do, because she knows that's what she would do.
Yeah,
and so, she's not so sure about her mom, but she thinks her dad would... He'll try to protect his name. So I think she has just enough time. She's either going to be too late or make it in time. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I will say you also did send Apollo to check on Vikran's family after his talk with
Oh,
Harrison
yes, my
Scott.
family get murdered by Harrison Scott?
I just wanted to
That was sort of a possible threat that existed in the air.
Apollo.
To check on the family.
Yet?
No, I mean, we're picking up right after.
Okay.
So
you just sent.
Yeah.
Do we know how long it will take Apollo to fly to his family and fly back to us?
I think because it was something like it took you guys a couple hours to get from Hugleton to there, because it's further than Sandhill Glen. But for Apollo, I mean, he'd cut it down in half the time, but it is still a round trip.
Yeah.
You know, so
he'll be back before the morning before we leave.
Yeah, that's fine.
So how did your meeting go?
Weird. He tried to kind of relate to me a little bit.
You guys are the furthest apart I've ever seen of anybody.
Yeah. I kind of felt that way the whole time. I was like, what are we doing here, man? But it was very strange. He wants us to be on the same side, and it feels like there's, like, in some ways we sort of are, that we don't want bad things to happen to people, but there's a lot of other ways where we are not aligned at all, as I'm sure you all know.
So I will say the crux of the conversation is, one, he says he respects you and your sort of thirst for knowledge and trying to figure things out and stuff like that. He is like when he killed Bartlesby Bucklesbrook, it was kind of to see what Elias Heron, how he would react.
Yeah,
Right.
You know, trying to push him to see, like, are you still going to be on the side of the Merry Reapers?
Yeah.
And he is, but that, like, there's just something sitting inside of Harrison Scott where it's just like, no, there's something I don't trust.
Yeah.
But he's obviously
Coming
still,
from-
like, he's still very much like, yeah, we're taking out necromancers, we're taking out the undead, like, and what he was trying to relate was like, hey, I know that all those necromancers down in Albering, they're not all world conquering, you know, they don't all aspire to conquer the world, right? Like there are genuinely necromancers who are trying to do good in their communities, trying to help people, trying to find ways to solve problems with a certain kind of magic.
Right.
But
He doesn't like the magic.
he doesn't like the magic. He thinks that there needs to be a certain level of balance in the world that necromancers are kind of disrupting. He talks about even the necromancers who are trying to help, they're still trying to like exert their will over the forces of nature. Kind of like we are taking life and death into our own hands and kind of out of the gods' hands. Which he does not like.
Yeah, specifically the Raven Queen.
Specifically the Raven Queen.
Yeah. He only cares about his.
Yeah, and then he does talk about there are those necromancers who do want to build an undead army like Lafayette Cornfield, who is determined to essentially take over Caesarius, from what you understand. So that's kind of the state of it. So like, on the one hand, if you're investigating Elias and you're trying to get to the bottom of the murder house and you're trying to get to the bottom of those zombies that were after those hearts, which you still don't know the origin of.
Yeah, we really
It's like, yeah, we can maybe work with these Merry Reapers, but at the same time, I mean, you have met some of these undead, have different levels of understanding with them. You're not best buddies, you know, necessarily, but, you know, there's Buckminster, who's, you know, a pretty great skeleton, and, you know, you've kind of reached some understanding with Finch, and obviously you have a friend who's a necromancer who has a lot of friends who are necromancers, and the members of the Necromancers Guild who, again, just kind of are trying to go about their lives in their own way and kind of
I'm just living my life, you guys.
Yeah, you're just
I'm just living my life. I'm just doing my shit.
Yeah, you're just trying to get by.
I'm just trying to get
so
by.
see themselves as kind of artificers in a different font, almost. You know, these are scientists in a way. In certainly in their worldview, they are trying to push the boundaries of what mortal people can do. It's not just the gods who can control life or death. Like, we can too. You know, it's medical science almost. So there's a lot of kind of, I guess, moral ambiguity around a lot of things. And what you think may be sort of what's best for Caesarius, what's best for you, and then kind of the fact that each of these groups have kind of their good guys and their bad guys. It's not there's no one group that you've come across that you can just say, yeah, they are blanketly bad.
Yeah, it's not all, there's no black and white with it, really.
Yeah.
Anyone
for sure.
can take over the world. It doesn't have to be a necromancer.
Yeah, there's always an asshole in every group, right? Like,
Yeah.
What we need now is some positive PR for necromancers.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
just the way we get that positive PR for necromancers.
What do you got?
Cornfield. We must stop Cornfield.
Okay.
And we stop him, and we have a necromancer who helps stop the bad necromancer. So it's like, hey, some necromancers are stopping other necromancers.
But do we want to
Checks and
out her as a necromancer when
Well, we're
she
gonna
is
turn
a
the-
known
we gotta-
mushroom-mancer?
I also don't think we are quite ready to fight cornfield.
Yeah.
I don't think we're quite ready for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought we were thinking about going down to the factory and finding more
Yeah.
information.
Even the
first.
strongest stalk of corn can be cut with a strong
Okay,
enough
hold on.
blade.
Hold on, Autumn. I have to make sure that you know this. He's not actually corn.
I'm aware.
I need to know that you know that.
Just doing some metaphors. Fun
Okay,
wordplay. Fun
okay.
wordplay.
I'll
Okay.
do
With a name like
another
Cornfield, we
metaphor.
can't skip any opportunity to make these jokes.
Okay. We just have to. Like I said, I had to be clear on the situation.
I mean, all you really need to do is just bring a scarecrow and you've got it done.
Yeah. You just hold it up in front of him and ah!
Woo!
Amicus,
Oh, I
we're
was
going to
thinking
dress
like
you
a
up like a
scythe.
scarecrow.
Yeah.
And we'll wheel him in first. Cornfield will never see you coming.
Tiny as a scarecrow.
He'll just T-pose
Just
into the
Little
mountains.
T-pose on treads.
But there's a mixed drink in one hand.
Yeah.
That's how he's going to get him. It's just like, oh, hey.
It's like
Yeah,
that.
there
You
you
get
go.
the ice clinking in the glass. It's very terrifying. There's like the snow's falling in the mountains. You just see like this T-posing
Oh,
scarecrow to hear the
goodness.
rattling of the ice.
That
Like,
and
what
the
is
motor of him coming towards
Yeah.
it, like going across.
No, you kill him and then you make like a corn liquor out of his remains. It's...
Well, that's
Again,
the plan.
he's not
is he
corn.
made of corn? I'm not sure.
He's very much not made of corn. This is a...
He will be when we're done with him.
I don't,
Well,
that's not how that happened.
you only know about him by stories, though. You haven't...
That's true.
Yeah.
For all we know, he's like
Maybe he's
very weak.
Made of corn.
And yeah, he's like, I want to do this. I can't do this.
corny in a trench coat.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, he's 3 years of corn in a trench coat.
Well, if we're not ready for the necromancer,
Oh, shoot.
should we go to the factory?
Because he has an army he's making, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to.
That's what he
He
wants.
is,
Yeah.
he is, that is
Is it like
his
the longer we
aim.
take to stop him, the more he grows in power?
But the more we grow in power, because we're
I
only
think it's
level
gonna.
5.
I think it's gonna be.
We should level up.
We should've.
Looks at DM. I think it's gonna be a stalemate no matter what. Because I also don't know what. Like, have you heard any stories or legends of how powerful he already is by chance?
Not really.
No.
No, not really.
What you know about the power kind of idea is from the Phoenix, where he is going after him because he heard how powerful he is.
I didn't know if there was any more.
We
shit.
can we can meet up with
Yeah.
the Phoenix. Harrison Scott would definitely be on board with taking out a powerful necromancer. And they're best
He wants
buds
to
now.
take out the Phoenix.
He'd also want to
also
take
wants
out
to
the
take out
Phoenix.
Yeah. We run from him
So like
before.
you would have to get a thing of my enemy is your enemy. We fight together, and then at the end,
And then
we
they
would
kiss.
have to kill Harrison Scott.
No, I think they
not what I was
they
going
fall in
That's
love.
where I
They fall in love
won.
in combat. They're working together to take this guy down. They're like, we're not so different. And then they meet. They make up and they hug. Probably.
I mean,
They literally are this two sides of the same coin.
It is entirely possible that they would have a moment where they're like, oh, we have a lot more in common than we thought we do. Maybe we should work together. Or they kill each other, and then it's
That's
not our
what I'm
problem. Or we have to then choose a side of, do we kill Harrison Scott or side with him and kill the Phoenix?
Yeah.
Gertie's vote, I think, is even knowing she's kind of maybe letting her dad down, is going to check out the factory and then maybe going
I
to
think
check
the
out
factory's
the War
good.
Mountain.
I also. There's a lot we don't know. We still don't know what's going on with Lawrence
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
and what he's doing under the with the murder house and
Mhm.
why he keeps going back there. Like I mean,
Correct. You don't know what's going on with the Modify Memories.
Did he
No.
get out of town?
So last you saw him, there was another Dispel Magic,
Yeah.
and he left the murder house because he was down there. He was working on things in the pit. He was like, "Oh, what am I doing here?" And he left again. But that's kind of where
Oh, I
where
thought we
he
were
left.
convincing him to leave the city.
we already
We
tried
You
that.
tried
the
and then
first
came back.
time.
And then he came back.
Yeah.
Probably because
he
of
and
his,
he
not
was
of his own volition.
he was right
Yes.
back in the same mindset of, "Oh, I have to build a murder house."
Yeah.
Someone's definitely pinning it on him. And also, we just don't, like, I mean, Elias has a modify, he has a modify, Clockworks is a modify. It's almost like there's someone above Elias who's using Elias and everyone else as puppets.
Which might be a
The
good
red
time
string.
to-
Gertie's got her red string.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This,
So that might be good to go check out that old factory to
Yeah.
see if
I'm all down. I'm all for that.
iWorks is there and pulling some strings, or if we can find something that leads us to him.
Yes.
Let's go to the factory.
To the factory we go.
Factory, please.
Wait, has Apollo come back?
Okay, so you
Okay, I
guys
thought we were gonna stay the
are
night or
having
something.
these conversations. Apollo comes back with word of the Salthorns in the Whistling Woods, and they seem safe.
Sweet.
They seem untouched by Harrison Scott or
They're
or the Mary
untouched by
Reapers.
Harrison Scott. That's what Apollo's telling me.
Thank you, Apollo.
So
He's gonna kind of look at you and
I'm gonna scratch him on his little beard hand. Still. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, because the whole idea, he was asking for your name and all that kind of stuff about, who your family was and
Yeah.
so
I wouldn't
but
give him over nothing.
as far as you can tell from Apollo's surveying is they're
All
fine.
good.
Yeah, they're out there praying, doing their thing, life as normal. But you guys are going to head down to Valean, which is on the other side of the bay from.
I'm
Yes.
so sorry. Can I ask? No, never mind. I can't do that.
Oh.
I was gonna ask if I knew any kind of I know Hugleton isn't huge, but there has to be someone who's kind of who has like the same background as me, who might be kind of like another street urchin or someone who's just kind of like always kind of around town. And I know thieves can't. I was gonna see if I could find someone to kind of keep an eye on Sandhill and on his family. So if we make our way back to Hugleton, I can kind of get a report back from him.
I mean,
Or her.
your sort of best contact in Hugleton has been Rusty Chuggins, and he's a guy who's around.
Okay.
And
Really quick before we go, I still have the fairy dust on me,
I was
right?
about to say, can we paint him in pixie dust?
Pixie fairy dust.
yeah.
And I'm gonna go up to Rusty real quick, and I'm gonna say, Rusty, can you do me a huge favor for our group? I need you to kind of keep your ear to the ground. I know you're real good at that. Can you keep a lookout for like Sandhill and kind of his family, and where are they again?
The Whistling Woods. Sorry,
And
I
the-
was like zoned out on that. I was like,
In the Whistling Woods, we're worried. We're definitely worried. Elias is going to try to take over the Sandhill Glen. We're worried about his family being in danger. Can you just keep your ear on the ground? And, like, if we make it back to Hugleton, would you be able to give me a report? And I can make it worth your while.
Oh well, I mean, sure, I'd be happy to help. You dealt with that crazy fire mole, so I'd be happy to help you do what you need. You said you can make it worth my while. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to take a cut. I'm going to do, like, 2 little baggies, and I'm going to put 1 baggie for him, and I go, the other half when we get back.
Ooh, all right. Well, I have no problem staying up and keeping an eye on things with this. Ooh.
Do we all notice this happening?
I'll make a sleight of hand check to see if
I'll be up for 3
Or-
days straight.
I'll make a stealth roll. If she
Because
wants
I
to
know
see.
you have it.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that
roll if you know
knows.
that you've taken some crack cocaine.
Well,
So would that be insight or perception
didn't
for
ta-
me?
oh, for-
Perception?
Oh goodness, yeah, insight versus stealth.
It's only a 14. I have a plus 11. It's a 14.
Now one, so
Oh,
you got
hey,
rolled a
there you go.
better. Got
All
one.
right, so yeah, Rusty Chuggins
That's
is
on
gonna
perception.
kind of keep an eye on things as they work to fix up the damage that happened in Hugleton from that fire mole. But you guys are going to hop on the train and make your way down to Valean. So this is a abandoned city on the other side of the bay from Whirring. It was once a kind of factory town where iWorks and Heron built up their manufacturing business until that giant explosion that everyone had thought killed iWorks Fuller happened. And it is now just a husk. And you ride into town and, walking a bit of a way from the station to where this town is, and you see a hollowed out husk of a immense factory. And there are still walls and pillars standing, but the windows are blown out. The ceiling is broken in parts. There are whole walls that are just gone as you walk up, and there is still this sort of scent of death and destruction. Even though it's been a decade, it has this hollowness to it. There's not plant growth around it. It is just a dead part of Caesarius. You can sense it 100 yards before the factory, where it is almost like a crater, where this factory sits in the middle. And that is the scene you arrive on when you enter into Valean, is this just wholly abandoned factory. And what is your passive perception again? Because it's pretty high.
Yeah, it's real high. It's 19.
19. Okay, yeah. So I will say, as you are approaching this factory, as silent and as dead as it seems, there is sort of a light whirring that is still happening. Like there may still be some energy in some of this machinery as you are walking in. And I imagine you probably have Apollo flying overhead.
Oh yeah, I was gonna send him ahead.
You are looking and seeing over through these holes in the roof. There is these little flashing lights that are happening, and it's dim, and it's covered in dust, and it's hasn't been touched in a long time, and you're not quite sure maybe what these lights even are, but just through the dust, just these little red flashing lights, and just the slightest whirring that is occurring, that there's still maybe something working in this factory.
Through Apollo, can I try to find like our best entry point if we think something's in there, to find like the best way to like a good entry point to sneak in maybe?
Yeah, so you see where there is kind of a concentration of some of these red lights near that front entrance. Mm-hmm. And if you walk over to the west wing of this factory, you see this blown out part of the wall that if you can manage to just shimmy up this hill and climb over, you can avoid some of these red lights and maybe see them from a different angle. So yeah, I think again with a 19 passive, we can figure that out.
Yeah, damn.
And to not just have to barrel in, even if it does seem abandoned, because there might just be something lingering there.
There's not. That's just fake ones.
Somebody just forgot to turn the switch off on the way out.
I'm thinking maybe automatons.
A whirring is occurring.
A whirring is occurring.
Well, that's a title.
That's a good one.
I like that.
Nice.
What is that?
So good.
A whirring is occurring.
Yeah, write it down.
Write that down.
A
Just
whirring.
text it to me. Just text it to me and I'll deal with it later.
Yeah, so we're trying to. So it seems like if we go up this hill and stuff, we can maybe get a better angle. Is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's do that.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
So,
Quieter people in the front.
Do we have to stealth?
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a stealth roll.
Why would you ask that?
Fucking D&D
You want
brain,
all of
I'm
us to-
sorry.
Yeah. We'll do a
Anybody
group
have
stealth
pass
roll.
without a trace?
18.
Oh, I do.
With the disadvantage,
I'm
I roll a
feeling
nat
Wait,
one.
with disadvantage?
No.
I have
He has
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Oh.
Because,
So nat one. I don't think we're passing this still.
21.
21.
19 plus
16.
7 is 26.
16.
You
26.
despite Aram stumbling over himself and
I like
crashing
touching.
into Aram, or crashing into Amicus, and just making an absolute racket, dude.
I'm very disturbed. This blown up factory reminds Arm of a dark part of his past, and he's very upset.
The dark part
Perception
of his
check?
We have to
past.
unpack that right
Perception
now.
check?
Yeah, we absolutely have to unpack
Can I
that.
see?
I
can
hope you
see-
have all of that story prepared.
Whereas me, I'm just
I
like,
do. It's in my backstory.
oh, we're trying to be sneaky.
Can I do a perception check? Because I'm like Arm's
I mean,
usually not this.
a passive 19.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Aram, are you trying to hide the fact that you're flustered?
Uh,
You know what? You rolled a nat 1 on the stealth check. No, tell us why you
Yeah,
rolled nat
you're
1.
flustered.
Why?
So, when the reason Artem is so into artificing, his father was an artificer, and he used to have his own little shop. And one day, his dad is working on the perpetual. He's trying to also make energy and try to find a way to better have power. And he's trying some new stuff. And Arm is his little helper, and he sends him out of the shop like, hey, I need you to go get this from the house. And as Arm leaves the shop and heads to the house, there's a large explosion. And as he turns around, blown back, as he looks back, the workshop is in ruin. And the only thing Arm could find of his father is his wrench, which Arm keeps on him, and that's like his memento. And that's what drives him to he's trying to finish his father's work. In a way, that's why he's continuing the artificing and like pushing everything else aside, and that's what his drive is that. So he explains that in a way. He's maybe on his hands and knees, like, I'm sorry guys, and this just brings back a lot for me, and just maybe first people you've ever told this to too, because really hasn't been close with anybody besides Amicus. He's said this to Amicus before.
When did Aram make Amicus? How old was he?
It probably would have been, let's see, I'm trying to think when that happened. It was probably like in my late teens when that all happened. And then I think Aram would have needed a little helper. So
Yeah.
probably in his early 20s, he probably gets the knowledge and know-how to start building Amicus. And he's probably been tweaking Amicus and making little improvements here and there throughout the years.
How old is Arm
So yeah, he's
again?
probably had Amicus for at least 10 years. I'm like 37.
Yeah.
So I probably had him for at least 10 plus years. Slowly working on him, making him better and better, to be my assistant to help me in my endeavors.
I don't think Gertie wants to say it out loud, but I wonder if she thinks to herself, kind of like, "Oh, we know Elias wants perpetual. We know iWorks. I wonder if it was like a sabotage."
Because Marina's like, how old is Elias and/or iWorks? Could they have been his dad that snuck out or something?
Yeah.
I was
Made
always
it
under the
out.
assumption he just put two of the wrong things together.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
made a
Yeah.
mistake.
It was just
Yeah.
a mistake.
There was
'cause he's
something
just,
volatile
He's just
that
trying. That's so.
exploded.
Aram's never thought it was a. I mean, maybe.
I mean,
Who
why would you?
knows?
Blair's a
Yeah.
DM.
Well, I mean, if he
Eric's
was
scribbling really fast, like, I gotta change it.
if he was working with some of the same kind of artificing stuff, I mean, you already know what happened with the Aurelium
Yep.
and what happened with the
Yeah.
Aurelium
Yeah.
in Sandhill Glen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it would be
And-
really easy to make a mistake with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or someone
Or-
could make a mistake with it.
Can I see like
Or
this?
were
Can I
you-
make an sort of a check of? I see this rubble. Is it any reminiscent of the kind of? Because that workshop, I would have been close to that
Yeah.
workshop for the rest of my days until I left.
Yeah.
Because it was in
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
property,
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
same kind
And
of.
you would have had retroactively that same sort of thing from when you were in the Sandhill Glen and you saw that Aurelium.
Yeah.
And kind of putting two to two together and even maybe coming to the realization it's like, oh, this must have been what happened.
Yeah.
And
no,
always
see,
wondering, it's like, what did he mess up?
This
And
is
it's
the
like,
third-
oh, this is
This is the third site I've seen, and it's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
so it's not a coincidence. So that's what
Yeah.
he was doing.
Interesting.
I wonder how big the
That might be why he sent
artificing
me away, because he knew
community
he was going to be
is.
messing with the
That
Aurelian,
could be.
Yeah. He's
Just-
like, this could go wrong.
just in case. Yeah.
no. So I mean, it's been a a dangerous thing, and again, like with you and your shop and with Elias Heron and the stuff that they're able to do. I mean, part of what makes Elias Heron as famous as he is and as successful as he is that he has managed to not blow himself up.
Mm-hmm.
That has been sort of working with as much as he must have had to work with.
Yeah.
And that's really, I mean, you're really putting that together now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And let's dig into that. I mean, you're seeing this site and like, again, we've had those previous roles where you think about iWorks manufacturing and remember how big they were and how successful they were, and then that this explosion happened, that iWorks, that he was working with this stuff, and it happened. It's like he was one of the best artificers in the world, and something went this wrong. Like,
Yeah.
how much was he working with? Why would he be working with that much beryllium to cause an explosion bigger than the one in Sandhill Glen? That took out a part of the forest. This took out an entire town.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of thinking, like, if that happened here, what was he working on?
Yeah.
And how did it go so badly? That he had built up this company and so had a ton of experience. Knew beryllium in and out and up and down and forwards and backwards, and still this explosion happened. But you also know he is still alive.
Yeah.
And so, did he do it on purpose?
Yeah.
That's a question that is now lingering.
Yeah, did he do it to make it look like faked his own death through it?
We have to
And
find out
then-
if this is arson or
On top
like
of
be
that,
like firefighters.
with what you know about beryllium and what you know about some of its limitations, what is going on in Heron Hill and his ability to generate all this power. That's, from your understanding of beryllium, not something beryllium could do.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have to be something else. And the fact that if it was producing this much energy, no way it doesn't blow up, unless Elias Heron has unlocked something completely different. And you've already seen him working on a much higher level than anybody else.
Yeah.
And so these two combined they have unlocked some goddamn secrets of the universe. Is what you can kind of surmise. And you know how your dad was as an artificer, and that he could have made that mistake with just a small amount of beryllium. You know how volatile this substance is.
Yeah.
And so, does it pose more questions than answers? Maybe. But
Yeah.
that's certainly not something new in this campaign.
No.
I think Gertie's looking at Aram, and she kind of sees the same look on her face as like bad memories come up, and she's gonna prestidigitation a warm sensation on her gloves because she wears gloves, and I think she's just gonna take Aram's hands and just kind of be like, I know that feeling, and like, you're with us now, and we'll figure out everything out, okay? Like, it's okay.
I think a little tears going down his cheek. He's like, "Thank you, Gertie.
Yeah.
I needed that. It's just I'm just tired of seeing this."
Painful memories are painful and bring up a lot of stuff. It's okay. We'll get through it.
We will. I just want to get in there and just investigate this and figure out what happened. I just need to get my mind off of it, and digging in here will help me shake the memories off.
We're all in this together.
That's about
All
all.
right, okay,
That's all.
that's
That's
it,
about
that's
all
it.
we can do. That's about all.
Anything after that, we can't afford it.
Yep.
But
There's
yeah.
a very vengeful rat that's going to come after
Yeah.
us.
But yeah,
Oh,
Gertie wanted to
goodness.
give Smarm like a sense of warmth in this just like shitty memory he's in.
All right, so you have this moment, and you collect yourselves and kind of get refocused, and you are entering into this factory. And as you enter in, you can hear that whirring, still faint but clearer, as you are now inside the walls, and they are not there dampening that sound. And as you get in, you see on the ground, and you're not on the ground yet. You noticed this before. Gertie, I'm going to assume you're kind of leading the path and trying to spot these different things. And you see on the ground, there is this light blue light that when those red flashes are happening, so is this light blue light pulsing on the ground. and it is the length of the factory
Mm.
that this light is emitting, and it's very faint, it's very light, but now that you're in the factory, you can see it.
I think Gertie. So I'm ahead and I see this first, right?
Yeah, you see this first. You can warn
Yeah.
everybody in the party. You
Yeah.
have not stepped into
Yeah.
this light yet.
So I'm gonna warn the group with my message, so I'm not like fully talking out loud. And I also like I know I can do like traps or like maybe like do a check for traps, but I'm not as strong in like my like magical abilities.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like reach back to maybe like Honora and Vicarin and be like, I don't know what this is. If you guys want to do some like
Yeah. If
Like,
you want to
thank
do
you.
do a detect traps, an arcana check,
Do an
a
Arcana.
investigation check, all would
Yeah, my Arcana.
would be fine.
My Arcana's +7.
that's good for me. But I can try investigation.
22.
22
I'll throw an
arcana.
Arcana just to see if I crit.
I
Hey! Nice.
I see it.
Hell yeah.
Okay, nothing else needed.
Double crit.
No, that was me.
I was trying to.
All right, so on a nat 20, so you see this light, and you fucking Sherlock Holmes just putting the pieces together. All right, we're connecting all these lights and the whirring and the light and all this stuff. You enter into a part of your brain that
Mind
you
palace?
didn't know existed. Yeah, you're in your mind palace now. You're putting the things on the board and you're figuring it out. You've been around an artificer long enough now. You've been in this world, and it's just like it's clicked. So what you know this light will do when you step on it, it is going to turn this factory on. It is essentially a kind of sort of a security system that will get things back up and running. And what you know with that whirring, essentially this factory is in like a sleep mode. And these lights are coming off of these, and somebody had said it, automatons that are kind of lying in wait throughout this factory. And when you step into this light, things are going to activate. And when they activate, there is going to be something that you will need to do. You'll need to, if it's some kind of security system that will activate, it says, okay, we only want a certain person to enter in here, and if it's not that person, you are going to be in trouble, or something's going to happen. So it is a security measure. It is a form of trap that will get initiated by stepping on this thing. Now, in order to turn this off, because with a nat 20, I think that's willing to give you, you see a switch that is near the middle of the factory, and if you can get to that switch, you can perhaps turn this off, and it'll allow you to navigate this factory without turning on the
How
automatons.
far in is it?
It's probably, because I mean, this is a pretty massive factory, so maybe like 200-300 yards.
How?
So not
pretty
30 feet.
Not quite.
Yes.
How?
So I
how-
can't use my
How
mage.
close from the ceiling?
How close from the ceiling? It is not. It's like on the ground.
Okay. I just didn't know if we could like drop into it from the ceiling.
Is there like a window like halfway down the factory where someone could stand outside and then use a mage hand in to reach it?
Yeah, I mean, there are these blown out walls, but it would be several hundred yards from
Still,
the wall
yeah.
to, because this is, I mean, this factory is a few football sizes
Right.
in size.
I don't
How
want to
did the
risk it.
factory survive the blast?
Right.
Anyway, like, did it have enchantments on it? Because you said the blast came from the factory. And
Yeah,
it destroyed
yeah.
The
I mean, most of the factory is blown out,
okay.
but
It's just kind of like rubble.
yeah.
Is it like an actual like flip switch or like a button that you
Is it
can
a puzzle?
press?
what you see is essentially like a flip
Okay, so I
switch.
can't use an arrow and try to hit it.
Can.
Okay, those are my.
Apollo do it.
Yeah.
Could Apollo fly over and do that? Absolutely.
Well,
Bingo.
do we know with his knowledge? I was thinking that too. But will he flip the? Will he also do the security? Will he have to get through the automaton still?
What? Those would not activate unless you were stepping on that. Now with this switch, and it is a switch that would turn this off, whether or not it has its own kind of system in place, you would imagine there's probably something to that too. So it could be a code, it could be a passcode. It's a switch, but there could be something that you need to do in order to activate it correctly. But he could flip this switch.
She knows her man.
She does.
Yeah.
Okay, the light, was it like just in one spot, or is it the whole floor?
It is the
I'm sorry.
whole floor of the factory.
Okay.
It is, yeah.
Can I do a perception check or something to see if I can figure out like where this code might be? If we need to punch in it.
So up in sort of the rafters, you see, because there's like these two floors, and the main floor is mostly broken out. But in one part of the upper floor, you see kind of an office that is remaining. And so that's one thing. But it is above that blue light, but it is also, there is no floor to get there.
Vikram, toss me.
I've
Cheerleader.
heard worse ideas.
I can give you a net we can throw to catch her if she falls.
I do have a separate question. With my nat 20, could I tell what is creating this? Like, is this magical?
I mean, it is an artificing kind of magic, is what it is.
What would a dispel magic get me?
What would a dispel magic get you? I don't know. It's more mechanical than anything.
Okay.
So I don't know if it would.
Wouldn't
would
quite
work
get
that
there.
way,
Okay.
yeah.
That's kind of what I was going for.
Because it's not a spell.
Okay, that's kind of
Yeah,
what I was
yeah.
looking for. If it was like completely magical, if there's some mechanical components to it.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. All right. Well, you wanna fly?
Before I, this is I kind of want to use this as like a. I'm just gonna ask you. Okay, so I have Featherfall.
Okay.
Could I cast that on myself to make it easier for him to throw me? And if I miss, I will slowly fall to the ground, giving us time before I hit.
Yeah, then maybe I can throw it.
Would
How far away?
would it make you lighter to throw to give him extra distance?
Yeah.
That's an interesting concept.
that-
Yeah, because I don't know if Featherfall just slows your fall and
I
makes
believe
you
it
the
just
same weight.
slows your fall.
Doesn't
Yeah.
make you.
So creature's rate of descent slows to 60 feet.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to see if
But-
we
but-
could
but-
game
but-
it.
Let's think about this. Let's put some physics into this.
Yeah.
If you were to throw something at an angle and the descent was slower, it
Ooh.
would get
Give me-
further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would travel farther.
It would travel farther because it's not falling as fast. So
Right.
I think physics, yes. You would probably get double the distance.
Well,
Yeah.
then that could give me time to maybe correct course and actually fall and give me time to get to where I need to go as well.
Yeah. You hear that,
And
kids?
I'm
Stay in
small.
school.
it
You'll need
Absolutely.
physics for Dungeons and Dragons one day.
makes sense. It makes sense to me. If you were to do the math, we could figure it out. We're not going to.
Could Apollo like grab onto her back
That's
and
all I
like
absolutely
control the
could.
flight?
I would be light.
Apollo and my mage hand together.
Yeah.
Only
Just-
30 feet away from me, though.
Yeah.
Everything
how far
is.
how far is this throw?
Ooh yeah.
So from
What's
where
your
you
strength?
are, it would be
Should I do it
pretty
instead?
far. But with
Mine's plus
kind
30.
of the rubble that's remaining, if you wanted to do an athletics check to kind of like climb over to a better vantage point, you could get a spot where you could make this throw. So we would need just an athletics check to kind of get to a spot that would involve some rock climbing. And then once you're at this sort of jutted part that is still remaining of this floor, you can make that toss into this office.
Since I'm also kind of strong, can I help get up?
Like
Help.
support.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can I support him to maybe give him...
Could you take one
The
arm
help
and I'll take
action.
the other, and we'll like slingshot?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I somehow give him the help action?
Yeah, if
because
you
I'm
would-
also strong.
If you wanted to, the three of you make this climb, and then you two can toss Gertie, yeah, that you could absolutely do that.
My strength
do
is I have higher dexterity than strength.
That's my
so-
strength is probably the highest, and that's why I want to try to help.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted to, because I don't know what's your athletics, Gertie,
Oh, 0.
and what's yours?
Oh,
Vikram?
athletics?
2.
Yeah.
2.
Plus 3.
0. My dexterity or my acrobat.
Yeah, my
is higher.
acrobatics is
If I
slightly
could do
higher.
acrobatics.
But I do have the thing where I automatically carry
Yeah.
heavier weight.
If you wanted to get on his back,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
he is
Yeah.
doing the rock climbing, that way you don't have to worry about failing that check.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't even affect me in
Yeah.
climbing how
Yeah.
small your character
I
is.
think
Yeah.
that's fair. So are we going to kind of rock climb over?
I guess.
All right. So I need.
Well, you guys ready to fight? You want to get ready to fight in case we fall and
Yeah.
make it ready?
I'm
So-
always ready.
Okay, game. Here's the question.
I was just trying to.
Should this be my free nat 20 on an ability check?
Yes.
I feel like this could be for a bigger moment, though.
No, we need it right now if we're trying to do it.
I don't know.
I feel like
got
you're,
it.
you're,
You got
you're
it,
gonna
Max?
regret that when we're fighting.
That's what
and
I'm
I
saying.
The necromancer.
I quote the DM here. Dead dragons in the mountain.
Yeah.
But this is an ability check. You can't use it while we're fighting.
I
Can't
can
use it
only
while
use it
you're
on an
fighting.
ability check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are
Is
their
this
abilities?
big enough of a moment?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Do
I
you-
think it is.
Does he have help from her?
That's what I was saying. If I
Like if you when you like boulder, you have someone like
Yeah.
support you from behind.
like, am I also rolling or am I just giving him
So
the
on
help
this,
action?
I mean, you'd have to be climbing yourself.
Okay.
So this, you would both have to do the climb, and then what you could help him with is tossing Gertie,
Okay.
and you can make that really, really
Okay.
easy.
Yeah, I'm just worried about the climb.
Nah, it'll be fine.
Okay. So it's just a straight roll.
Yeah. So it is going to be athletics. Let's call it a DC 13.
That's not that bad.
Can I give
Don't
guidance?
say that.
Yeah, you can give guidance.
I'm gonna put my hand on you, like, and do like the math. Like, you throw this angle, you're gonna want to hit.
Yeah.
And, like, I got like a little tool. I'm like doing
Yeah.
this thing. I'm like
Do you
showing
have
that air,
guidance
like
you could give to me.
airspeed,
I do.
Okay.
and give him guidance.
And I'll give you
Oh my
guidance.
god, what
Nice.
is this?
There we go.
It's a D4.
Okay.
Triangle.
And my axe.
Yeah, exactly.
And my bow.
Oh, I make it. But 18 plus 3, 21. No, no,
No,
no,
no,
I
no,
rolled
no.
well. Are you sure you don't want that?
Can I have my free nat 20?
Can Gertie use her
rolled
halfling
two.
ability
You rolled
in
a
helping?
she's on my back. Does that
Can I be like? Can I be like? No. Hand here, foot
Yeah.
there.
If I got a
No,
21,
no,
could I have been
you
like,
big
no?
dummy.
Was it a nat one?
Yeah.
It is.
I'm all the way at the top, like, where'd you guys go?
I will.
No, this is such a good idea.
I'll burn my free nat 20 if I have to.
I never said anything about needing to say it before you rolled.
Okay, I'm gonna use it.
I think you can use it.
I'll
being
use
a
it. Thank
good-
you, Eric.
Thank you, Aaron.
All right.
We
You're
should still
so
level up, but
kind.
thank you.
Level up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh man, that
I was so worried about me, I didn't
so
think about
close.
you.
So close.
If they
No,
were
because
both
I was
ones.
like, oh,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
The D4 and the 20 were both ones.
That is such a bummer.
I rolled
Oh.
a 15 plus my 3 plus my 3, so I have a 21.
Nice. You're all right. So
Thank
you're
you for the
banked.
guidance.
You're welcome, I guess.
We
you,
were
you had this moment where you were like looking into the future. You're still in your mind palace. And it's like, oh, this is gonna go horribly wrong. But then you remember. And it's like you see like the proper handholds light up.
Yeah.
And suddenly
like a
it's a nat
video
20. And you make it across. Okay, so now you've made it across, and you do. So now it is
The white
throwing
lady.
Gertie across. But Gertie is going to cast Featherfall on
Already
herself.
did.
You have help from Marin, and so we're going to call this just a DC 8 with advantage.
Okay.
If you want to make that roll, Vikram. And you can do a probably an athletics again in order to make this toss.
Still have guidance.
I used it. Do I get another one?
Well, I thought guidance just stays on you for like X amount of time.
Is that blessed?
Add the number to one ability check
Yeah.
of its
Yeah.
choice.
So you'd have to cast it again.
So you'd have to cast
So
it
it is
again.
a
But are you out of my
cantrip?
reach now? It's a
Yeah,
touch.
yeah, they
Oh,
climbed
no.
across.
Can I just do it to myself? I'm willing.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
Can you cast guidance on yourself?
I don't
Yeah.
see
It
why
says you
wouldn't
touch one
be.
willing creature.
Don't see why
I
not.
feel like I'm willing, so. And it's a
And you just touch
cantrip,
Cantrip.
so
yourself.
who cares?
Don't do that with Gertie
I
on
can
you.
hear him
That's
up there.
weird.
Phrasing!
That's so weird.
I can hear him up there just asking for consent to touch himself. It's
Yeah.
like,
I'm just like, I don't want to be here anymore, actually.
I don't like
All right.
Okay.
16,
Oh,
18 total.
Yeah.
Or like
And
with a
so
little kid,
now,
just-
Gertie, one last roll is an acrobatics in order to successfully
Guidance.
land. And again, we're going to make that easy because you have Featherfall on you. Let's just call it a DC 10, and you
Straight
have
roll or
acrobatics.
no? It's like
Oh,
am I
yeah,
doing
straight,
it
straight.
Okay.
But you have the guidance and...
This is gonna be an 18, 19.
Okay, yeah. So you
you,
manage
guys.
to successfully land in this office, and as you do, you you do like a crash through a window and into a roll, and you pop up, and just the whole thing in one fluid motion. And you're doing it in slow motion as you're falling with the feather fall, and just. Yeah, it's really, really cinematic. It's weird to watch because of how hard you were thrown, but how slow you're moving. It's very strange. But you enter into this office, and again, covered in dust and rubble. It is clear that nobody has been in here in quite some time. And you begin to rifle through some of this stuff. And
No other traps in here.
not that you can see, not that you can tell. And
Can I make a check? Just to...
Well, we're
okay.
we're working through it.
Okay.
So you've got that high perception, and you're seeing different documents, and you're seeing these schematics and different blueprints on different projects and different automatons and different artificing kind of things. And as you're looking through, again with that very high perception, you can see where he has some of these documents for how the stuff in the factory is working. And so you don't notice those same kind of traps. And with his nat 20 on seeing these kind of stuff, Vikran would probably tell you, it's like, hey, this is how this stuff is working. If there's anything like this in here, this is how it looks, this is how it's connected, this is what you need to look out for, and you don't see any of that.
Can I, from what I've seen, be like, just kind of glean maybe how strong these automatons are?
Well, so now we're going to do an investigation roll.
I don't
So you can
trust
see
zero friends.
where
got
a
it.
lot of this stuff is, and so we can give you advantage on it because of that high perception.
Okay.
I think that's fine, and especially, again, kind of coming off of that nat 20, Vikran knows how this stuff is working, and so let's do a investigation roll, DC 13 with advantage. 19. All right.
Nice.
So you start flipping through these pages and you start finding some of the things you're looking for. And one of the things you see is this security system and these automatons. And you see where it has sort of the sleep mode situation. You see this switch. You see what occurs when these automatons are activated, and you know what to say when these automatons wake up, and they are looking for iWorks Fuller, and he has a code, and it's red, green, blue, yellow, green, blue.
Can someone write that down for me, please?
red, green, blue, yellow, green, blue. Red, green, blue,
Yellow, green, blue.
That's what Gertie saying to herself. She can remember. Red, green, blue, yellow, blue.
And
Probably already got it wrong.
So red,
Birdie
green,
was
blue,
the smart
yellow, green,
one.
blue.
red, green, blue,
Yellow, green.
yellow, green, blue.
Okay.
And
got
it's
it.
a like a verbal command that kind of puts these automatons into like, oh hey, it's iWorks. What do you need?
We're so cool.
And you see for that lever, it is the opposite.
The opposite
And there
color.
are these colors on the lever, and where you pull it down, you essentially do
It's like
the
a-
opposite.
It's like a gear shift almost, where it's like
Yes,
da, da, da,
exactly.
da, da, da.
And you do the opposite,
Opposite.
and that will turn it off.
Okay. So it would be blue, green, yellow, blue, green, red.
Yes.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
nice.
Yep.
I want to make sure like opposite.
I wanted to make sure it
inverted
wasn't
are
the
different.
opposite of each. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No. It's not like a
It's
color
more-
Yeah,
wheel
that's why I was
opposite.
like, okay, so let's
and
do
it's
this
just
real
in the
fast.
reverse order.
Okay, that makes
Inverted.
okay.
Yes.
Do the
and
reverse.
That's why I
Do the
said it.
reverse, yeah.
So and with a 19, I think we can dig in more. So you
I'm so close to an 20. I'm so sorry, everybody. I really was hoping.
Man,
for
we're
it.
making this factory our bitch.
you kind of are. You are seeing some of this stuff, and you are seeing the way it is being planned out, and the way it is being set up. And it doesn't seem like it's being made for a factory that is in normal operation. And what it seems like is there was a contention plan for this is what's going to be here after an explosion happens. And you start going through more of these files.
I wonder if I see anything with Elias mentioned.
And
I don't know if I'll get that, but
you do see a planned explosion of iWorks manufacturing, and that iWorks was responsible for the explosion. He did it on purpose.
Hot dog.
Okay, but why would he leave that information for people to find? I'm sorry.
He probably thought he was going to get blown
Why
up.
are villains
Yeah.
so bad?
dude, is there anything in here? I can make a separate check again or whatever you want, or if I get what I get, that's also fine. But I'm really now wondering about Arm's dad. If there's anything in here about like other artificers, and if iWorks was very much like, I'm clocking these people, and if they're reaching what I can do, I'm taking them out.
And then I'm taking what they've learned and their
Yes.
Yeah.
research and everything and pulling it and making it mine.
So what you can gather from some of this information, you start going through more of these files, is very, very internal. You're not seeing that kind of idea of, hey, there are these other people's plans and we're taking them out. You're not seeing that.
Okay.
There doesn't seem to be a conspiracy on that end of
Dang.
things.
Dad's just dumb and killed himself up.
I could have also just
Yeah.
not rolled high enough.
Yeah. Is she seeing why it was a planned explosion?
No.
Okay.
I just don't think I rolled high enough. I probably needed a nat 20
You
or higher.
you don't see sort of
Take
you see
everything.
that you
We'll go
see
through
what
it.
happened.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily see the why. You can maybe try and infer some things. You can put some stuff together.
Can I take all these papers with me?
Absolutely.
Everything I found.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a bag on me, but I'm just gonna like kind of stuff them in.
It
my
would make
shirt.
sense you had a bag on.
It'd make sense.
Yeah,
You
we-
just
still
put
stuff
them
them in
under
my
your
shirt.
hat, like
Yeah.
you hand those to Apollo. You roll them up, and he just has them in his
Well,
talons.
yeah.
But so you manage to get some of this information. You look around more. You kind of you're trying to see maybe, okay, what is some more detailed information on maybe how these automatons work in general. You know how his stuff with the Aurelium worked. You can't necessarily find stuff on that, but
Modify memory anywhere?
you're not seeing anything on sort of that kind of stuff. But if you can handle these automatons, you know the code to, put them out of defense mode. You know how to turn off this security system. You could potentially investigate some of these automatons because they're just on the floor and they're around.
Yeah.
So that is not something that is out of the realm of possibility.
How long ago was this explosion?
10 years.
And I think Gertie kind of thinks to herself, it's strange. Maybe he has come back, maybe he hasn't. And Gertie's like, it's been sitting for 10 years with a known explosion. And we know the automatons are here. I don't know if this was supposed to be their work only or if iWorks was going to come back at some point. And with that kind of knowledge, I think she would send Apollo to like Vikrin maybe with the plans just so someone has it, and then I would definitely put Apollo back up and be like, let me know if anyone's like approaches, because today could be the day iWorks decides to come back while we're here.
Could she also have looked through to see, because you said it was planned from iWorks, was Elias involved in this planned explosion too? Did she see that?
Yeah.
You don't see anything from Elias on this.
Because did Elias leave before the explosion?
Elias left before the
Yeah.
explosion.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And we thought Elias might have done the explosion, but now it looks like iWorks did it himself.
Yeah.
Or
They might have been together, might have been in on it as a group, yeah. When we were looking at the trap with my nat 20, could I have figured out whoever set it, would they be notified in some way if it's set off?
Oh, interesting.
Good question.
I would say no.
They will not be?
They will
or
not
I will
be notified.
Okay.
You could tell they wouldn't be.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
I just thought of that whenever you were like, he hasn't been back in a while. I was like, what if he finds out if somebody's here, though?
Yeah.
Shit.
Very
Okay,
smart.
cool.
But yeah, so with a nat 20, you know for sure.
Sweet.
But as you are, checking these papers, you will have to think about kind of getting back down. So you have nobody to throw you, but you will feather fall, so you'll fall lightly. You will likely activate these automatons when you hit the ground. So
Could she
Can I
jump
stealth?
towards the
But we know
where
we know
switches
the
to try to get the
Yeah, we know the code.
we know the code.
Yeah.
You know the
Nice.
code. You'll
Really
be able to
matter.
you'll be able to handle it, but they will get activated
That's fine.
as you're kind of coming back. And so you don't necessarily have to really worry about climbing across too. You guys can just climb down from where you are once things are deactivated. But you send Apollo back up in the air, and he does see two figures kind of hanging out in eye shot of the factory. And you see these two figures in maroon robes hanging out in the distance. And Apollo eyes them. They kind of eye Apollo. They're like, oh. And they're very much on some kind of guard.
Have we seen the maroon robes before?
The closest thing you know about these maroon robes are
That's what I thought.
Honora's.
Whoa.
Can I see Honora from where I'm at?
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna message Honora and just be like, there are two figures that Apollo has clocked with maroon robes. The closest I can think of is your necromancer friends, but they're really on guard. They've already noticed Apollo. I just wanted to let you know in case something happens. And I'll let everyone else know, but I definitely wanted to get that information to Honora first.
Absolutely.
There's no ravens or anything, are there?
No ravens.
Okay. So it's just two figures. They're within eye shot of us. Do we know if they've seen us or just Apollo?
You think they've seen you.
I let everyone know that
Yeah.
we're pretty sure they see us. And I think Apollo's probably starting to get a little noted, and like people might start recognizing him with me. So, okay. And I think I'll message the group so we can have a discussion. Like, do we just want to continue forward, or do we want to figure out who these guys are first before we? Because they might be waiting for someone to take the alarm
guard
system
dog.
down.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
Me too. If we want to go figure out who these people are. I can try to stealth. I know Vikrin can be invisible.
Yeah. Just invisible right
Just
beside
imagining
him.
turning
What's up?
invisible and getting right behind him, just being like, who are you?
Well,
What you doing?
I like
yeah.
that one.
That's good.
While we try to stealth nearby.
Yeah, just turn invisible
Or-
and then drag them back and be like, all right, you guys sit here. Who are you?
We could do
Good.
both at the same time, like have some people go deal with them while we.
Yeah. I
You're
just don't
falling.
want to like. Yeah, it's about
You're
to
gonna
set
hit
off
the
soon.
floor and you're gonna set it off.
Oh, I didn't know I'd already jumped.
No, you haven't.
Oh,
You haven't
okay.
jumped
I was
yet.
saying,
But
she'll
when
just
you,
kind of be stuck up there.
yeah,
while we
you
deal
cannot
with this.
leave there without activating.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you're gonna be
system.
stuck up there while we
Yeah.
go talk to these
I've
people.
got my gun. If something really.
And then
fucking-
if you guys do, if you want to leave, you will have to make that thing across unless you just go down and activate the system.
Oh yeah.
So right now,
They would
Honora
have
and
to-
Aram, they can leave the factory
So
without
They would be
activating
the best
anything.
too, especially if it's a necromancer.
Yeah, so
Or an
they're
artificer.
like
Yeah.
outside the factory?
They are outside the factory.
Okay.
There's like a little hill, and you can see them kind of watching you guys, and just watching the factory and
Nora
seeing
just
if
goes outside and
something will
leaves.
happen.
Yeah, so if they
Orm
have,
will
like,
join you in that.
Yeah, the matching robes. You used to be like, "Hi, friends."
Is there like a... that's a dumb question.
No, it could be a great question.
I wonder if I recognize them.
You want to let you go?
Let's
Go
go.
ahead and do a, I guess, a perception.
Let's see.
Did you get the help action?
No,
What,
yeah,
the
I'll
description?
guidance and I'll artifice a little better seeing eyeglasses.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
a
a
little,
little
just a
telescope.
little telescope. You see him a little bit better.
Guidance. Ooh, 5 plus 8, 9, 12.
You're gonna have to get closer.
Damn. Even
yeah,
with the binoculars.
it is what it is.
Damn.
Orm wasn't good
But
enough.
do Honora and Aram want to go talk to these two figures?
Oh yeah.
Let's go and have a chat.
All right, so you exit out of the factory, you climb back down this hill, and you start making your way towards these figures. And again, it's maybe 100 yards, so across a football field.
Okay.
Where these guys, and so as you are making your way, you can hear them start chattering. It's like, oh shoot, they're coming this way. They're coming this way.
They're so not sneaky. He thinks to herself.
I think just like, oh, geez, the plan, her plan is getting all messed up. Oh no. As you hear them chattering, it's like, okay, do we just do it? Okay, yeah, let's just do it. And you hear one of them come up and say, "Beware, you mortals! Let the power of death come upon you!" Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Honora. And you see one of them wave for you.
Do we just do it?
And that is where we're going to end this episode of Rolling Through Realms, Love, Death, and
Wait,
Necromancy.
Aram rolls to see if he pees himself.
That's a 10.
It's a 10. I
But
don't
you didn't roll inside, so you have to roll.
Yeah, I got rolled in. Wasn't like.
Oh,
Damn, that's worse.
jeez. Thank you for listening to Rolling Through Realms. Follow us on Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, and YouTube, and be sure to share with your friends. Feel free to leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. Music for this episode was provided by tabletopaudio.com. Once again, I'm Erik Hurt, and you've been listening to Love, Death, and Necromancy.